Where the video games?
This is the Where's the Video Games podcast, which is about video games and Will Smith.
Let's hope we don't lose any video games.
With James and Ocean laughing his ass off. And Max.
I'm Max.
He is Max.
That's a pretty good intro we all listened to just then, right?
It was amazing.
Really worth
I totally listened to it. Yep.
It took you like all night.
Just so we could do that.
In our podcast studio.
We are in a professional podcast studio. It costs several thousands of pounds.
All two people that accidentally downloaded this enjoyed it very much.
I didn't accidentally download it.
They were like looking for the bomb cast.
Yeah, they did. They thought it was. Yeah, they thought it was something else.
They're looking for Will Smith's podcast. They're sorely disappointed.
Damn it, Will Smith.
Most people don't understand the Will Smith reference, but
They don't. No. Well, they probably will, but what? Who knows?
We're gonna spread the word.
The video games. Video
spread
games.
the video games.
So, what is the topic, man?
What video game?
What video game? A video game.
Which video game?
It is the video.
Wait. So what are we actually?
Okay, so what have you?
What?
What have you played this week, James?
I have played.
Is that from Monday or from
You played
last
one thing
Monday?
which you can't talk about.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. Secret stuff.
You sound like proper press now.
I'd really love to talk about it, but I can't. So, thought I'd let you guys know that I really want
What a
to,
shame.
but I'm not going to anyway.
Yeah, that new
So
Blizzard
what was
MMO
it?
is something, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing. That Titan. No.
Damn it, Blizz.
Damn it, Blitz.
What do you reckon that actually is?
No idea. I think it's something.
Is it like that chocolate bar which came out? I swear there's a chocolate bar called Titan,
I'm going to find out right now.
like years ago.
No, they say that it's going to be like a different kind of MMO that will kind of go alongside World of Warcraft, and like the two will be able to live in harmony or whatever. But
But it's
it's
already
like, what
WoW's
does
already
that, what does that
dying.
mean?
That's just
Does that
crap.
mean that it's like, I don't know. What does that mean? Does that mean it's like a different kind
It means
of
they're trying to
MMO?
cover their ass and trying to get people to keep their subscription with WoW. And that's
Maybe.
just
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
happen.
Wasn't it?
I think
Isn't
that
it being worked on by Activision as well? Is that right?
They're
No,
kind
like
of-
Whatever
Blizzard-
it was. They joined
Blizzard
up with
moved a lot
someone.
of it.
Didn't
they joined up with Bungie, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, that's.
But like the whole like, it's not that they joined up. It's like Activision and Blizzard are like a merged company. Like the full name for the company is Activision Blizzard. It's
Yeah.
kind of, it's
Yeah,
not really
but they have their own
like,
studios.
yeah, they're kind of still separate, but the two companies are kind of considered one. Or
So they
something
can like share assets and stuff like that, which is quite useful. But at the same time, Activision are like the worst company.
But yeah,
in
but it
the
doesn't
game
sound like anything
business.
actually changed. It doesn't sound like anything actually changed in development anywhere.
Yeah.
It sounds like Blizzard pretty much just stayed Blizzard.
Well.
Yeah, that's like pretty old news by now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
Well, Titan keeps on like appearing and then disappearing.
What was the last thing that anyone's heard about that? Like, how long ago was the last update?
No idea.
Ages ago.
no one even really knows anything about it. I don't know.
It was. There's been nothing about it this year. I don't think like anything big. Anyway, they're just focusing on like Mr. Pandaria right now.
I think it'll be
Yeah.
something totally.
And Heart of the Swarm as well.
And Diablo 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got a lot going.
Is
on.
it possible that the next game could be Pandas with a Z?
It is
I hope so.
possible.
I would buy that in a heartbeat.
It makes sense. I mean, they're sharing the assets from World of Warcraft. Pandas.
Pandas.
That shit sells.
Pandas.
Ubisoft know how to do it. Get it on the DS,
Yeah.
your phone, Facebook.
It was going to be an MMO, but
On Facebook.
Yeah, maybe
Man,
the
I'll get,
next
like,
Blizzard MMO is
quests,
going to be a
though.
Facebook game.
I know. I kept on hearing Titan was going to be an MMO FPS. That's what people kept saying.
MMO
Yeah, that's why I
FPS
said about
Facebook game.
Bungie, because
Yeah.
Halo.
Yeah,
Halo.
I thought
MMO.
I'm betting it's going to be futuristic, but if it is, then I'm probably not going to get it because futuristic MMOs aren't my thing. It's like I played Star
same
Wars,
here.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Although some people do
What
seem
about-
to like them, as Eve's pretty popular.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
what
like
year is
Star
Eve that
Wars.
we said?
that's a different MMO, Eve.
Yeah, it is. That is pretty different.
There's some cool stuff about that game.
There's spaceships. That's all I know. And
It does
Oh.
have like a lot
Okay.
of ideas that other companies have taken from it, like recently with like kind of loot ideas, like Guild Wars 2's kind of monetizing thing and stuff. Like Eve's been doing that for like ages. So
but
Yeah.
no one noticed.
I really
It's
like
not-
how in that game, if you're rich enough, you can pay for your own subscription with in-game money.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
But
you
imagine
can
if
make your money on that game. Can you?
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
mean
wow.
about Guild Wars 2 doing this kind of you can buy
gems.
cash shop kind of
La 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 la.
gems, they're calling it, that you can buy stuff from their kind of store,
Hmm.
but then you can sell the gems in game for in-game money.
Yeah.
So you're kind of creating this fair kind of system where people who are really good at the game can still get the stuff in the shop, and people that don't have the time but have lots of real life money can also get the stuff.
Yeah. That's like
Lots of real life money.
Well, yeah, because they don't have much time because they're doing the real life stuffs to make the monies.
Yeah, but then also, we couldn't just say pounds because, people from, like, Afghanistan will be playing this game.
Yeah, probably. There'll probably be at least someone out there in Afghanistan.
I like to
Yeah.
put the monies.
the
Chucking their,
monies.
their rupees. into
Isn't
this game.
rupees
Whatever.
is like
India?
India.
Turkey,
Like-
yeah.
Somewhere out there.
Zelda.
Man.
It's like,
Turkey, and Turkey works with like euros, and they also work with Turkish
Oh.
dollars, which is like $1 billion
And Bernard
Turkish
Matthews.
dollars. It's like
yeah, you go to Turkey and you're a millionaire.
you are you like a fiver's like $1 million Turkish dollars, and you're like you get like a big old like note that says like 1 million. It has like this bearded guy's face on it, and you're like, cool.
You know
And
it's
you feel rich,
worth a
but then you
million
go
when it's got
back to
beard
your
on.
normal country.
And then you feel poor. Unless you hold on to like the money, and then you're like, yeah, I'm a millionaire.
Try and spend $1 million Turkish,
Doll-
whatever.
No, Turkish
dollars.
kira, or I don't even know.
Those
Turkish-
things.
Though
I
the
swear it
those
was
things.
rupees. I didn't
Go
think
to
that that was
Poundland with
India.
one of those.
rupees is like India or something.
Rupees is
We're
Zelda.
getting horribly off topic. What were we talking about?
We're talking about the video.
Okay, hang on. Rupees is the unit of currency in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Mauritius,
That sounds
Seychelles,
close.
Maldives,
You're forgetting,
Indonesia.
oh, man.
and formerly in Burma, and also Hyrule.
Yeah. If only that said that on that Wikipedia page you're looking at.
Do you think I should edit it? I'm gonna edit it.
It is an actual currency there, so why is it
Time
not?
well spent.
So is.
That is true.
So what else is there other than old Blizzard news, which is
Well, I was.
played anything other than that game?
I played
Can't talk-
Street Fighter X Tekken. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, that's relevant.
Oh, you were just saying how they accidentally released some DLC for that game.
oh yeah, that was like just right now. It's like apparently the
Is-
DLC wasn't going to be released until April 3rd, but then suddenly like Ibuki's like character swap comes out.
And it's still on the marketplace. You can get that now.
Yeah, you can buy it right now for 80 Microsoft points.
Because they Xbox seem to put up a lot of stuff by accident, especially for the wrong
Yeah,
price.
what was that thing that went up and it cost like £1 million or something?
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
What?
I remember when
was
Gears of War
ridiculous.
2 came out. They
Yeah.
had like every single DLC for Gears of War 2 for like £5, and it was up for like an hour, and they took it down, and it was meant to be like 50 quid or something.
Yeah.
It was like the beta of something, I swear. I can't remember what it was. It's not important anyways. But they was like a beta for something, and you were
I think
supposed
they did
to
it in
have
Mass
to
Effect
wait
3
to
as
get
well,
in.
didn't they?
And then it was something like you could buy the beta or something for like millions of
Mass Effect 3?
pounds.
What?
I don't know. I can't remember.
That sounds crazy.
It was
But-
weird.
The thing is,
Someone
though,
did.
everyone's up in arms about it because like the DLC is like on the disc, and they're like, "Oh, you're just paying
Oh,
money
it's
to
just a
unlock
key.
it from the disc."
You're just paying money for a key.
Yeah, basically, and
It's
that's
just
why.
stuff they developed ages ago.
Yeah.
That are
The thing is,
deciding
like,
they're gonna make more
developers
money out of
can't
it.
get away with things like this anymore because it like hurts everything. Like, you see what people who play Mass Effect 3 have done. They just like go to every website and just trash it and give it low scores for just one thing they're unhappy about. And like, I don't know, some like angry 12-year-olds can just like ruin the reputation of a game pretty fast now.
It's like
It's a shame, but
I know it's kind of but I bought Heroes 6 today, Max, and like I was checking the reviews for it, and basically everyone's saying it's not a bad game. They're just really pissed off because of the DRM on it, because of Ubisoft, and it's like,
Oh, sorry, is this on Heroes? Yeah.
yeah, Heroes 6.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Like the whole Ubisoft thing sucks, but luckily it doesn't. It's not too in your face and annoying. And once you and if you have like I've kind of set up the online so I can host games, and that you'd be able to play just fine without doing anything. But
Yeah.
it is annoying because apparently they have like really bad sort of kind of support as well. Because finding out what ports to unblock apparently is quite easy now if you do a little bit of googling. It's still kind of confusing. Apparently people didn't know for ages what ports you had to unblock, and the support wouldn't even tell them or anything. You're like,
it's because the
why is this
support
so
didn't know.
yeah. Yeah, it is. It is pretty dumb. You've got like some Ubisoft Play thing that comes up when you start a game, and for some reason it seems to take
Yeah.
ages synchronizing
That's
your
like
game
the same for
saves.
Assassin's Creed.
See, I've only seen that, for the first time on Assassin's Creed Revelations, and apparently I already have a Uplay account, even though this is the first Ubisoft game I bought on PC.
It's just like
And-
so unnecessary. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
not
is.
too bad. It gets out of the way, but I think in general like Assassin's Creed is still a bad port. You still get problems like closing the game crashes it, or just like random things on the menu don't make sense.
Yeah.
Like there's one
They
thing
probably will
like
get
as
around
soon
to
as you load
fixing
up the game, it says, "Do you want to continue in trial mode or go to the store?" And first of all, that doesn't make sense because like I've just bought this game full price. What's it talking about? So you can either choose to go to the store, which does absolutely nothing, and it's referring to the Uplay store. And if you try and go to the Uplay website and find out what it's on about, still nothing. And then like if you go into the menus and look around, I think it's talking about it's just like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer pack, and I think it just gives you some extra characters, maybe some extra abilities. So I thought, okay, I don't know if that's free or whether I have to pay, but I'll go look on the Ubisoft store, and it's just nowhere on there. There's basically no way to find out where you can find any of the Assassin's Creed DLC. So I'm just stuck with this message every time I go on the game. I can't even give them money to get their content. They won't let me, so I just have to put up with this weird trial mode thing it keeps going on about.
sounds like a load of nonsense if you ask me.
Yeah, like none
Yeah,
of it's
I don't-
explained. Doesn't make sense.
Was it Ubisoft or was it EA? I'm gonna guess it was Ubisoft, but it might not have been. But I heard recently that one of those companies, DRM's service, like they were moving the servers or something, so all their servers had to be taken offline for like a day, and all of their games could not be played on PC because their servers
Yeah, that was
were
Ubisoft.
offline.
That was Ubisoft.
And they have DRM that makes you be online to play it, and you're like, how ridiculous is that? Like, come on.
Like as far as I
It's
know,
nuts, isn't it?
Steam is mostly the same way. They do have their offline mode, and people don't get as angry about it, which is a little bit weird. I think some people are just arguing for the sake of it with Ubisoft and all that. Their services aren't as good, but that stuff just doesn't happen with Steam. Like, you don't just say, "Oh, sorry, you have hundreds of Steam games, but you can't play any of them today because we're just doing some maintenance."
Yeah.
Sometimes it does go down, but usually you can get
Still
to your
play
games still.
offline, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
But obviously the good game to represent non-DRM is Witcher 2, man. That's just like,
Oh yeah, Jesus, that thing's awesome.
yeah, that's like so good.
I don't know
Like,
what the
see,
deal
they
is
actually
apparently when you
understand it.
install it now. It just like you install the game and it says you can enter whatever you want in the CD key bit or something.
Yeah, I think it still has the key, but it actually says somewhere, just put what you want here, it doesn't matter. They're doing it right, because they understand that if you don't piss off your audience, they're more likely just to pay for your game. And
Yeah.
if it's good content, why wouldn't they? The easier you make it to get your game, the
Yeah.
more people pay for it.
yeah, it's like kind of hard to justify to pirate a game, but people like say it's because of
I
DRM.
don't think you can justify it at all, really, but the fact that some games are easier to torrent than they are to
Yeah,
buy, it's crazy, and it just like they need to stop that, and people will pay for their games.
The DRM thing's definitely another added factor though for pirating. I think it definitely sways people in that direction. I often think, oh, EA game, they got tons of money and it's got this horrible DRM or something.
Yeah.
Screw 'em. I don't care. But then for some reason with CD Projekt, I was like, they don't have DRM, and it's not a dead cert that this game will sell really well. It wasn't at the time when I was thinking of getting it. I was like, I'll buy it.
Even when they are using third-party services, as long as those services are good, then that's okay too. Like, I have no problem buying Steam games because it's really easy and they're reasonably priced. I have a problem, I don't know, maybe Origin games or Ubisoft games. They're annoying because they're not easy to get, and like, and it's the fact that you're in multiple layers of DRM. Like, I just buy a game on Steam and then I have to run it through Windows Live and Ubisoft or whatever at the same time, and Origin. It's like,
Yeah, it's like on Assassin's Creed 2, you like load up Steam or load up Assassin's Creed 2, then suddenly this like Uplay thing comes up. It's like checking if you're connected, blah blah blah. Then you can hit play. And then like if
Yeah.
you disconnect at like any time, like this thing pops up in game and says like, yeah, we're gonna wait until you reconnect.
yeah, and you know, some people don't have stable connections. Like, they just disconnect a lot, and that's just going to be really
Yeah,
annoying.
like all
I
of
mean, my
us.
computer should be like that. Yeah. Like, I think that was a problem with my motherboard drivers before. I kept disconnecting even though I'm using Ethernet, and just, yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen anymore, but I'd have been pissed off.
Update your Realtek LAN drivers.
Real
Well, I have a
tech, man.
decent motherboard now, so that doesn't happen, but yeah, that would have been frustrating.
Yup.
Indeed.
Quite so.
Oh
What
yeah,
have
I
you
know what
played?
else. Oh, I was gonna mention the game thing.
Oh man, bad
Go for it.
times.
Yeah, like did you just hear that 277 of their stores have closed?
Yeah, like loads of
Yeah.
jobs have been lost.
Yeah, I read on
Yeah,
like I was just looking at the tweets as it was all
2,104.
happening. Yeah, it's like over 2,000. Like, it was on one day they just all closed, which is, I don't know. Like, I don't care for the store at all, but obviously, people like 2,000 people losing jobs is pretty shit. So
Yeah, that's.
You know
bad
what's
times.
funny though? In the list, from what I can gather, the King's Lynn one is still open.
How was that?
well, what might happen is actually like the one in King's Inn,
It's pretty
which
busy.
is like, yeah, where we live.
It's
But,
always really busy.
The thing is that the people that work in Game Station anyway, they actually came from a private store. Like, all the same people that work there, I think they obviously the people that owned the store probably bought into the Game Station franchise and made that their store. So I'm wondering whether some of these game stores are going to go private again. Maybe the manager, you know, has the funding
I
to
don't know.
privately back these stores.
It says that most of the stores that were shut were Game Station stores.
Oh.
Yeah, but like these people could, you know, lose their franchise and just have an independent game store. Bit
Yeah,
kind of like how
yes they could.
That is.
They don't seem to
Possibly.
work out that well though. 'Cause there's one of those in Fakenham and it's pretty shit. Like, you can find out that
There's a really
it has a
good
few
one in
old
Norwich.
games in there that might be cheap, but if you're buying a new game in there, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of mixed.
expensive. I mean, they're gonna
There's a
have to
really
compete
good one
with,
in
like-
Norwich though. There's like a really,
Yeah, I'm sure
really
they can like. I'm sure some of them are gonna like find their niche and just like make a cool store, but they've also got to compete with Amazon and Tesco and all the supermarkets, which are gonna get a huge rise in game sales now. So
Yeah.
that'll be difficult too.
Problem is
But it is so
though,
strange, isn't it? Because like a lot of people, for a lot of casual gamers, that's like their main or only.
It's so
source of-
weird. Like, if you had told me, if no one had told me, like, or say the other day, you told me that game was doing great, I would have believed you because I would never have known or ever suspected
yeah, it happens so
that they were in
suddenly.
that much trouble. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Like a year ago, you'd be like, well, it's just, you know, it's a game store. Gaming is popular. They'll be in business forever. But no, it's just So many
The
problems
internet,
and
man. The
knowing
internet.
money.
Yeah, it's like
It's partly the internet, but it is partly it is games' fault. I mean, they mess around developers a lot and publishers, and they pay for it in the end because they're bankrupt now. So
yeah.
And
It's really
PC
scary
services,
though, because like
existence.
now there's like pretty much no PC games on like the physical market now.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
none.
I've been used to that. Like I don't remember
It's
ever
not
buying a
that
physical
different, really.
PC game. But
What was the last PC game? The last game that I bought that wasn't on the internet. That was like.
well, I've bought physical games off Amazon, but I haven't actually gone into a shop to buy a PC
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think that was probably like
I bought
more than a
StarCraft
year
2
ago.
in the shop.
Last one I bought was from Computer Boutique or whatever it's called, which is
Electronics.
probably
Boutique.
like 10 years ago. Electronics Boutique, which is probably like 10 years
That
ago.
was what game was, man.
That's what game used to be in King's
Yeah.
Inn. And I probably bought some old Windows 2000 game. I remember buying a Ignition, which is like a really old, like 98 or 95 PC racing game, and that was awesome. I remember I like always tried to install it on later versions of Windows and it never worked. Probably have a look at that. Those old games are amazing. Or I used to just go into PC World and have a look at all their games. They used to have so many,
Yeah.
and they slowly got rid of them.
They just
Mine was
have like
probably,
garbage simulator. I knew that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like Truck Driver
That's the thing.
Simulator 2012.
Yeah, you go into like these like Game Station now, and it's like the PC games of that, just these awful.
It's like really quite. I feel quite insulted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, hey, sale on this game for like 20 quid.
Yeah.
right in the
yeah,
back of the
but-
corner, you can buy a simulator for some street cleaner for 40 quid.
Yeah, exactly.
Have fun. Everyone else
Why
is
do these
paying.
games even exist?
I don't know. Like, I think
I
it's
know, but I
just
tell you,
one.
these are the kind of games that are going to be screwed, though. Like, no one's going to be buying these games anymore. Those
Good.
games relied on people walking into shops and.
Who's buying
these
games? Who's buying those games and actually playing them?
Of Garbage Simulator 2012, man.
Okay,
they're gonna be
let me think.
rough.
Let me think of a better example. Hang on. Think of some kind of slightly obscure console game. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I don't know.
This
Sorry,
this
what?
generation? From this
Oh,
generation?
yeah, anything. Like, just some smaller games come out,
Blaze
don't they,
Blue.
that happen to be really good, but I can't think of any. Okay, we'll go
Oh,
Blaze
shelf.
Blue or something like
Let's
that.
go
Well,
for Mad World
like-
on the Wii.
Mad
Yeah,
World.
Mad World on the Wii would be good, but that didn't sell well anyways, so it doesn't make it.
Okay, one that
as
sold
great an
well.
example. It doesn't have to have sold well.
Bayonetta.
Yeah, whatever, Bayonetta or
Yeah.
That sold
something
like
like
9
that.
copies.
Like some games like that are just gonna not. Maybe Bayonetta is not the best example, but you know what I'm getting at. Like, if you go into like supermarkets or
A
whatever,
rare game sort of thing.
yeah, they only have like the Modern Warfare and
The
Maybe
Black
like
Ops.
brain,
you
like a
know,
game like Brain
FIFA.
Training. That completely relied on those stores.
Yeah, that was definitely.
but yeah, like
players.
lots of games don't appear like the kind of game actually had kind of the slightly more obscure stuff in there. So if you did actually want to play that, you could go
Like
get it.
even like
Whereas
on
if everything
release
ends up
games,
like yeah, like
zero
if
release-
it ends up like the supermarkets, then
if they're not like real
those ones
AAA
won't-
titles.
survival.
Yeah,
Ooh,
they're not gonna.
yeah.
I don't think they're gonna buy in those things. I mean, I wondered whether they'd actually dedicate more space to games now that they have more market share. Like maybe they'll have their own like sort of shop within a shop sort of thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's because Game was a specialist store, so you
They
could,
have to do
you
something,
could
right?
actually get you can actually get games like that somewhere. But now, I don't know.
Yeah, on the street, I don't know where you're gonna buy those games.
Mm.
On
Video
the street, sounds like there are gonna be people like dealing these rare games
Yeah, and,
on
like-
like street corners.
And but also what I meant was
Sorry.
like I think a lot of the sales for those games probably come from the streets because it's probably people kind of accidentally I don't know, I don't want to say accidentally, but mums or just kids walking through and then they'll just see some kind of weird.
Maybe they see some
obscure
cool,
game, like
cool cover
Box
art and they're just like, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
try it. Now you're just gonna see people on the street like, hey, want to buy Yakuza 4? They don't sell this in Tesco's. I'm like, what is that? It's like Japanese gangsters, man.
Yeah, like,
karaoke.
no one's gonna know.
You want this?
Black
And,
market
yeah.
of games like Okami
There's
and
gonna be
stuff.
shady deals. Yeah. black market with Okami. That's like, it's like buy this really happy game from these really dodgy people.
Really shady people.
Like, what are you buying? What are you selling?
People in trench coats on street corners. What's up? Cartridges and CDs.
Got a lot of good things on sale, stranger.
Yeah, it's like there's the rumor that the next Xbox. I don't buy this. I don't know where this rumor came from. It is everywhere, but I don't think it's gonna happen. There's rumor that the next Xbox won't have a disc drive or won't be using disc-based games.
I would hope so, because otherwise they're like not making a step forward.
I think it'll definitely have a disc drive though. I don't see it with that one. How the hell are they gonna market it as their ultimate home cinema experience machine if it doesn't have a disc drive?
Or, you know, they'll like sell one that you can buy for extra.
Yeah. Like you
Right.
plug it in the back. And give
I
you
can see them
like
doing that.
Wi-Fi.
What's with the Wi-Fi? Like, that's one thing I realized recently. Like, Wi-Fi, it's got to be like the cheapest thing to implement into anything. Like, with my new camera, you can get Wi-Fi enabled SD cards. Like, they can fit Wi-Fi in an
Hey.
SD card, yet they can't
Yeah, well,
afford
like,
to put it
It's
in
like,
Xbox.
hey, come buy this
No,
thing
that
for
was
60
totally
quid.
like a marketing
They
ploy
do it on
to
purpose.
make
I know,
more
I know it's an
money.
old console, but seriously, like,
A
even the
Wi-Fi
original DS
card
had
for your
Wi-Fi.
PC costs like, you know, and they're like
£5.
they're like not
I bought
big,
one
but, you know,
recently.
big for as far as consumer goes. They cost like what, under £10 to get one of those.
£5,
Like a really
like, or less.
crap one. Yeah. Like,
And
I
they're
mean,
not
and I
even
say crap,
they're
but they'll be
fine.
like the same quality as like what you get in, I don't know, you know, all sort of consumer
I
hardware.
bought one recently and it just works, you know, it works anywhere in your house, it gives you internet. What else do you need? Like, it's just fine. But, you know, they're going to charge like 50 quid for
Yeah.
some USB thing
That
to plug in.
was ridiculous.
Absolutely insane. But now
That was almost
consoles.
That was actually worse than the multi-tap.
Multi-tap. man.
Multi-tap.
Hey,
So,
you want to like PS2, you know, you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
extra 2 players, buy this. They were
Yeah,
being
that
stupid.
was-
The N64 had 4 players.
Yeah, yeah. And that was like previous
Before that.
generation. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why we got onto that all of a sudden, but whatever.
Because
we
it's
just
video
talked about
games.
Xbox
Going on about
'cause-
these old consoles of matters that really don't matter anymore.
Yeah,
Damn it, why
great.
does my PS2 have 4 player? Want to play The Simpsons wrestling 4 player?
Where you had that game?
Simpsons
yeah.
Wrestling. I didn't know this game existed.
It's terrible.
Pretty sure it
Everyone
doesn't.
seems
But
to. Everyone seems to.
I,
Have
I
played
want it.
I want to play it. Whip out your multi-tap, man.
It might have not even been a 4-player game. It was probably only 2-player.
How many 4-player games were there on PS2?
Probably Time Splitters.
Time
okay.
Splitters.
Was
Big time-
Battlefront
Don't
2?
tell me you haven't heard of Time Splitters.
I have heard of Time Splitters.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I was
Is it
just
bad
saying.
to say that I haven't.
That is bad.
What?
I actually played through some Time Splitters last year, like single player. That was weird.
It's like
co-op
Time
as well.
Crisis for the PS2.
But I like never owned a
It's-
PS2, so
Then you are dangerously insane.
I didn't own a PS2.
What?
Yeah.
I just got like a
I was
GameCube.
like GameCube for life, man.
Yeah,
GameCube
So
was
was I.
cooler, you gotta admit.
I picked up a GameCube and then was just like, oh.
Well, I
don't
got
really
a
need
PS2
anything
first, then I
else.
got a GameCube for like 15 quid
Didn't you
second
get Time
hand.
Splitters on GameCube?
I don't think so. I might be wrong.
Well, if you could have,
No,
I was
I think it was
like,
probably
I
on
was too busy,
Xbox
like
and
playing
PS2, wasn't
Pikmin.
it?
It was an earlier PS2 game, and GameCube was late. Or later.
Yeah, it was
It
like
was
the
on
last
Xbox.
one to come out of the PS2, Xbox, and
No, it wasn't.
Game,
Was it?
right?
Xbox
the
was
Xbox-
I
last.
think it came out after Xbox.
No,
the
because
Xbox
Xbox was the most powerful.
The Xbox had the shortest lifespan of like any console to date or something, because it more recent
Yeah.
console, because it was just like
That's-
it came out for like a year and then it was like
Xbox
Xbox did
360.
alright.
Xbox
It
360.
did okay. Xbox 360 had a huge head start over everyone else, which was
Yes,
Yeah.
because they had to
they realized their
keep up
mistake
with,
basically.
yeah, they had to like get in there because that was like the first console. Like everyone was
that's
like,
a huge.
Microsoft, lol, they're gonna fail, you know. But now they've overtaken. Well, I think they have. They've overtaken everyone.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
I
as
think
much as I laugh at them, I still think they have the best console and operating system. I just
they have
don't.
the best overall console, don't they? It doesn't necessarily mean they have the best games, but they have like the
No,
best.
I mean PS3 has better games.
It's like they have the better.
Hey, what are you talking about? PS3 has no game.
PS3 has no games, but it has better games.
And when we're saying the self support there, obviously the Wii is ahead, but out of the PS3 and the 360, apparently they're really even now, but it's still ahead. But
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
Wii has
Whatever.
done nothing for years.
But yeah, the Wii's just sold a lot, but somehow I don't know. It's sold lots, but it isn't doing
They've
anything.
given up. Everyone's given up on it. That's because people don't buy new games for it. I mean, I can't stand to even turn it on. Just like
You just
having to
need
put
the
those AA
Wii U to come
batteries
out.
in your controller. I mean, who wants to do that?
The 3DS has actually sold a good amount of units now, so I don't know. People were saying handheld stuff dead.
It's not dead. There's always going to be a want for handheld because people
They're like
play
at
video
16
games on the move.
16
Do you
million
think
units
so?
in a
I
year.
mean, what if Nintendo pair up with someone and bring out a phone? What if Sony stop doing their shit and just only make Sony Ericsson phones or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean,
but
people
that's
say
that's the
Microsoft
big
should make a
debate.
handheld when Microsoft are already ahead with their Windows phone. I'd say.
That's the big debate at the moment, but it's like I don't know. You definitely get a better gaming experience on a full handheld console,
Of course,
but at the same time, is it better? Is it like better enough?
more convenient.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Xperia Play didn't do so well, did it?
No, but that's not actually a very
Yeah.
powerful device, anyways, which is their own fault. They released it
And it's
like late into the market, and it was like using year-old tech. And you were like, why are you doing this?
Right. The PSP Vita just looks so stupid to me. I mean, it might be fun to use,
Really?
and I might buy one in 5 years when it's cheap. But
I think it's a really
It's
nice console, but I can't.
I think it's
justify
nice.
spending
But as
that
soon
much
as
money
I saw it, I was just like, this is just doomed to fail, and it's already failing so bad.
No, I saw it and I thought that looks awesome and pretty cool and stuff. But then I saw the price and was like, okay, it won't get anywhere.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount. It's like more than an Xbox. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a cool looking console, definitely.
No one will look at a handheld and then a console and go, I'll take the
But
handheld.
it's just going to do the same. It's just going to
They're
do
the
the
same
same thing
price.
as the PSP, where it just brings out PS2 games, but this is just going to bring out PS3 games on PSP.
yeah, it's
And
like
that's exactly what's.
no original titles.
I don't know. They do have that cool back thing, and they had that little game. What was it called? Mini. What was it even called now? It was like a rolling around thing where you kind of controlled the floor with your fingers on the back screen.
Oh, was that the
That
PSP
back
version
screen,
of
I think,
no?
is gimmicky tech. It's
Oh,
gimmicky.
no,
I
it was
can't
like a
remember the name.
full-fledged. It was like a full-fledged game. It was called like. Damn it! Let's just
Ocean will
Hmm.
know this.
get back to you in a minute.
Why would I
PSVR.
know this?
What's the game where you roll around the ball? Is it that one? I can't remember the name of it.
Well, when you say that,
Little
I just think
Deviants.
of
Little
Super Monkey
Deviants.
Ball.
It's Little Deviants. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I was thinking of something else.
It's like you put the fingers
What
on
were
the
you
back
thinking
of
of,
the PS
Nathan?
Vita, and it like.
I know the theme song, but I don't know the fucking.
What,
Man,
Katamari
I want
Damacy?
to tell you this. I want to tell you this game mechanic.
Do
It
the
was
theme
actually,
song.
Katamari. I was thinking of Katamari.
No,
Oh,
not that one.
Katamari Damacy. Oh man, I wish
I was
they
thinking it was
bring out more of those in England.
Is there a PSP Vita version of that?
There's
There should be.
Touch My Katamari.
Okay.
It's a
And
game.
I want
Whoa,
to
you
tell
know
you
the
something.
theme song to that?
Who doesn't know the theme song?
Jesus.
It's
Well, I
pretty
didn't
cool.
expect you to.
Of course I do.
I'm
know
sure
the
most
video
of the people that I would ask wouldn't know the theme song to that.
Na 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 na.
Well, it's inevitable.
I only
So
know
good.
it because of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged.
Damn it!
I don't know.
You should know it because of a different reason.
Nah, that
played
one's
it.
justifiable.
I played it. I played it loads. I played the best one.
Actually, that Little
One where
Deviants
you
game
make
has
the
loads of
movie?
other mini games
Oh,
that I didn't
man.
know of.
Making the moon, man. That was good
Apparently,
times.
that Uncharted game on VR is pretty shocking.
It's not actually made by them. That's why, isn't it?
Really?
It's made by
Good.
that other company that does. They did lots of PlayStation portable games. I forget what their name is. Ready at
There's a
Dawn or something
company.
like that.
All right. They make.
Isn't that a Fire Emblem game?
I don't. And it
No.
might not have been them. I can't remember. But basically, like all
They
the Jack
make
and
God of
Daxter
War.
games on PSP were done by that. I think the God of War game on PSP was done by them. Like all the big
They did-
companies seem to give them their franchises for them to do on the handheld.
They
It's
do a lot
crazy.
of ports. They did the Wii port of Okami, which is strange.
Hmm.
I think, unless I'm thinking of a different company. But yeah.
I got that. That was pretty good.
Yes, it was.
Amazing.
I can't remember how far I got in that game, but yeah. That's,
Didn't you get stuck on some puzzle? I remember you telling me about that. You got stuck on a
yeah, I
puzzle
did,
about
yeah.
a dog or something.
One of the
You
2D
had to go get
puzzles.
water. You had to go get water. Yeah, that was it. I think I got past it though. I got to like this bit where I was like trying to make some soup for like a god. I can't
Oh, no,
really
I've got past that
remember
bit.
exactly.
It's one of the 2D puzzles. There's several in the game. I think this is like the second or third one. I just found it impossible because of the controls, but yeah, like that's not really. It doesn't really matter.
I've sent you a video. Click that, and you'll know what I mean about the screen thing on the PS Vita.
I know what it's like. I've seen the video, but I just think it's a gimmick. I think it's just going to be like one of those features they include, which will get used at first and then just forgotten about.
I don't know. I mean, like people said the same thing about the DS, and then
And
they were
that's what
completely wrong. No, because then there was no
DS
touchscreen
did really
devices
well.
before that. There was like no one had touchscreen phones or anything, and then like boom, touchscreen was everywhere. It might not be
Yeah, but
on the same scale, but I still think it's
There's
pretty
other
cool because
features
I've
of
always
DS
thought for ages
which are-
touchscreens are kind of annoying because your fingers get in the way of the screen. So a back touchscreen is actually kind of cool.
then why do they have the front one as well?
I don't know because I don't know, it's like sometimes you'll need to know where your fingers are, I guess, and obviously everything will be working in reverse on the back. But
Well,
That's why I
it doesn't
said
really
it was
matter where your
gimmicky.
fingers are on a capacitive screen, does it? You only have to be roughly close.
Oh, what the hell, man?
What
The
the
hell,
hell?
man.
But I think
The
it's
hell,
cool
man.
for it trying to do something new. I mean, the way I look at it is
Ah.
it's more innovative than the 3DS and more powerful. So it's basically the better device.
People don't understand when I tell them that I can't fucking talk to them. They're all just like ringing me on fucking Steam.
You can ring people on Steam.
Damn it. Yeah, you can go like voice. I've invited you to a voice chat, and they're all doing it. Ah. It's like if I go on Steam now, I just get harassed by people.
Tell them you're doing the video games.
Video games.
I did tell them. I told them I was doing the video games, and they were like, "Oh," and they did it anyway. Ah.
It's a mighty fine story.
Yeah, if the PS Vita was a lot cheaper, I think it would do really well.
I had no intention of buying it as soon as I heard the name. I don't really like the name.
It's kind of a weird
Vita.
name.
Well,
Then again, that's just
because-
me. I don't really.
yeah, who gives a shit about the name? Like, if that
I
was
do.
relevant, why'd you buy a Wii
Yeah, it's like
then?
what, £30 more expensive than like a 250 gig Xbox 360, which is like nuts.
That's insane.
You can get like the cruddy 4 gig version, which is like £130, and the PS Vita is like £210. So like, anyone who walked in, we were saying how you're not going to be able to walk into shops and see this kind of stuff anyways. But if you did walk into a shop, if game was still around, what kind of parent would like look at a console and then look at a handheld that's more expensive and be like, I'll take the handheld?
That's the thing. I
It's
mean,
not going to happen.
I know kids are going to craze for things, but parents at the end of the day, I mean, they're just like got bratty kids. They're just gonna go for like a 3DS over it if they want a handheld.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
it
care
needs
more
to be
about
more
the price,
competitive.
and a kid's still gonna be happy with that. So Because that
I'd be
is a
happy with the
huge
3DS.
that is a huge point of you know, how they make their sales. Like, a lot of mums do buy games for their kids, and they don't know best, but they know price. They don't know games, but they
They
know
don't
price.
know best, but they know price.
Price.
Mothers don't know best, they know money. Coin that phrase.
Video
So what else is there?
games. Video
Um,
games. Video games.
Is there
What
anything
games have-
about any? What?
Any?
I was going to say, is there anything about any games that like you necessarily don't play that you would want to talk about at all?
Not really. I don't want to talk
No.
about games that I've played. Okay, so I've played. Oh, I've played. I got Assassin's Creed, but I've already talked about that, and everyone already knows about that game. It's called
Yeah.
multiplayer. I'm guessing it's like Brotherhood. Single player. Don't give a shit about.
Yeah, I played some of the
And
Brotherhood
Wolves.
multiplayer, and that was alright. Well, I don't know. I quite enjoyed it.
It's cool. It's different. They made it work.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, it's not gonna work.
I haven't
It
played
does.
much
It
this
works.
week,
It's awesome.
but I played some Psychonauts last week and Stacking. Both made by Double Fine. But most people don't know what stacking is. It's quite weird. It's like you basically play one of those Russian dolls, and
Right.
everyone in the world is like a Russian doll, and you can like hop inside another Russian
Like
doll,
eat
which is
people. Whoa, that sounds cool.
what? I don't know if you're understanding what a Russian doll. Never mind.
No,
Um,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, Russian dolls basically is like little wooden things which are hollow, and like you split them in half,
Yeah, I
and
know what
then could
Yeah,
put
that's
smaller
why he
ones.
said it's like you eat people because you'll be kind of you
Yeah,
put
I
the
know.
smaller ones
Just
inside.
I
don't
know,
you?
I'm just explaining it because whatever. But yeah, basically you start off as the smallest, you're like the smallest Russian doll in this little level you're playing on, and basically every Russian doll in the game is just like this character, and they all have unique abilities, every single one. So as soon as you hop into a Russian new one, a new doll, you can then take on their abilities. So let's say you go into some man who's wearing a suit and has a monocle, he might have a posh laugh or something. So you just have like an action key and you just press it and he laughs. So basically the idea is, because everyone has these unique attributes, you can use those to sort of do puzzles within the world. So
So like you can walk up to a wall and laugh at it, and it'll like open. If you're this posh guy with the monocle.
in essence, but that makes no sense. So the puzzles actually do
Oh,
make
that'd be
sense.
awesome.
So it gives you tasks to do. So say there's one of them which is sort of like a side mission, but you have to get to you find these like musicians and they want to play on this stage in this bar, and you go into the bar and the person says the same thing. They say, "Oh, we need some musicians on the stage," but the person at the door of the bar says, "We only allow well-dressed people," or something like that. So what you can do is, as your character, is hop into the body of the musician yourself, and then hop into another person who is poshly dressed, and then they'll let you in, and you jump out of those people as a musician, and then like go stand on the stage, and you're like in the bar. But the best part of the game is like there's multiple ways to solve every puzzle, so you don't have to do it like that. You could do it like 4 or 5 other ways.
Name them.
I'm trying to think.
Give us an example, yeah.
I'm trying to think of them. Like I think you might be
Like-
able to distract the guy on the bar, the guy on the door. Sorry.
Right.
Like you could
It's like
like
a
go
hacking
and
game.
With a sexy babe, yeah.
yeah, exactly. You like go find some woman and like jump in her, and she might have like a
Jump in
seduce
her.
ability. Just go jump in a
Right.
woman. She might have like a seduce ability, so you like go up to him and seduce him, and he'll like follow her around or something like that.
Then
I'm not sure if that one worked on there, but
you jump out,
yeah,
and then he's like, "What the hell?"
We get the general idea. We get the gist. You
yeah, and it's just
jump into
like
hot
really
babes
cool
to
and like
distract people on bars.
Or
Exactly.
bar the hot babes.
To distract people on hop.
Yep.
Exactly, you got it.
Yeah.
So like yeah, the sense of humor is like really good in the game. Like there's no, I don't think there's any proper voice acting. It's just kind of all noises and just
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
just-
Animal Crossing.
it's like slapstick comedy. Yeah, exactly.
Or is it like beep 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 beep? I don't know.
No,
That's
it's not beepy.
Morse
It's,
code.
it's got a weird style to it. Like it's hard to like imagine it in your head really. Like I've heard people
Is
talk
it like
about it
Animal
before.
Crossing voices? You know, where they're
Or
like.
Magica. Or is it like Magica?
Or is it like, have you
Yeah.
got blood?
It's in that style, so
Which
yeah,
one?
you have to play it.
Which one?
All of
one?
those. They all
All of
they all
them.
have similar styles.
So sometimes it's this like.
Viva Vlad in Animal Crossing, so it's like, Viva Vlad.
Yeah, well each character talks differently, so maybe.
Oh, no way, is there a vampire?
Can you
Probably. I mean, I haven't got that far. I think I've played 3 levels because basically, what happens is you have these different levels where you're just like in a different scenario or different location. Like one of them's on a cruise ship or something like that, and you have a goal in mind. And on the cruise ship one, your goal is to get the cruise ship to go back to the harbor because there is an overall story. Like you're trying to save your family basically, and your sister is on the ship, so you want it to go back to the harbor. But yeah, to do that, you have to get some important people on the boat to complain to the captain. You have to get 4 people to do that. So there's 4 puzzles you need to do to get these people to go complain, and there's multiple ways you can do all those puzzles. But there's also like tons of other puzzles on the boat, which you can just do to like get a better score, or just to just do it for the hell of it because it's fun. Or there's even
Right.
like some extra modes, or I think there's some mini games as well. If you do these puzzles correctly, you might get access to a new area and get some more video
That
games.
reminds me, yeah, I played this game like a week ago or so, and that kind of reminded me. And it's quite an old game. I played like through this game called Machinarium. That was really good. That's like a
played that.
puzzle game.
Oh, that's like May
That's
sent
quite
me
quick.
that game before.
Super old. That's really cool though. Like all
It's
of the
not that old.
puzzles. Well, it's quite old. I got it in it was in the Humble Bundle, like
Yeah.
the second one or something, and I went back to it, and I was like, oh, this is
That's
actually
not-
really cool.
You could like play that game, a demo of it on the internet, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a point-and-click flash game. I think it's like probably
Yeah, I remember
6
May
years
sent it to
old
me
or
a while ago. Yeah, like that was
Yeah,
back
she
when we
really
were.
liked it. Like she played it with my dad, and then like
it's really
because my
difficult.
dad had it for some reason. Yeah, it is. Like we got to the end, and there was like some puzzle where you had to like pull beads around some pipes or something, but you had to arrange them in a certain order.
You have no idea how bad
and
that
then
sounds.
like
Beads around beads around
Beads
some
around
pipes.
pipes.
Beads around pipes. How is that bad? Beads around pipes.
You don't want to know how my mind works, James.
I already know how it works. I'm just being ignorant.
you just like move the beads around the pipe, so you got to get them to the right place. But then the beads are always in the way of the other beads, so you just get really frustrated, and then you realize it's actually loads easier than you thought. Yeah, how about that?
So Nick,
So,
have you heard of
James-
that? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna
Go on.
ask Nick because he was going on about some game and it reminded me of it. Have you seen this weird game called Gunpoint?
No.
It's
What
like
is
this
that?
2D side scroller thing where you have to like get in the it's like a puzzle game. It's like there's a building and you need to get something from it, like data from a computer or something, and you kind of control doors and light switches and stuff to mess with the guards. It's like a hacking game. I thought you might have heard of it because you were going on about some indie game before. Send a video. You can watch it later. It's kind of hard to explain, but he can kind of like link things up. Like he can link a light switch to a door, so that when you press the lights, when a guard goes up, you can
yeah,
and then you
I
can
think
turn
I
the light
have heard
off,
of that.
and then the
Yeah, I've
guard will
definitely
hit
heard
the
of it.
light switch, and then that'll open the door or close the door or whatever. And you jump out the building at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I really like games like that. They're really cool.
Pretty interesting game, especially because it's made by like one guy by the sounds of it, and it's gonna be free or something.
Is that on Xbox?
Free games.
Oh.
I think it's just a PC game. I don't know.
Sounds interesting.
I was gonna ask James what games has he been playing this week?
I played
Can we
Mass
ask
Effect
about-
today. Mass Effect 2.
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a really good port though. It's awesome port. It's like the best.
Yeah,
port
I'm still
I've ever
playing
played.
one, but then I got annoyed because
That's
I died.
a really good one. All the ports for the Mass Effect games are really good. Although I guess you can't call them ports because they came out at the same time. But whatever.
Yeah, I was playing through the first one and like I got past this bit I was stuck on, but then immediately after that I got stuck on another part. So
Yeah.
that's my
Well,
problem.
I
I
like.
get annoyed if I like fail at a game, so I just.
I don't
Yeah.
see BioWare games as the kind of games you get stuck on unless it's a really hard combat bit like Dragon Age or
Yeah,
something.
that's it. I'm terrible at
Oh, okay.
combat.
Yeah, and there's like a
Mass Effect
small.
combat's kind of easy, isn't it?
Well, there's a small element of strategy to it, and you have to be kind of on your toes at some points. Because I was playing Mass Effect 2 today, and then, you just go through, and then like some hard bit comes up that you're not prepared for, and you just get your shit slapped, and then you're like, oh, damn, didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what kept happening to me. Like suddenly a Geth destroyer falls out the ceiling or something, and I just get killed.
Mm. What bit were you on?
The first, I'm not very far. After you go to the whatever it's called, the like main town place or whatever it's called,
The
the
city.
big ship. Yeah. After you go there, you then get the ship,
shop.
and then you can like choose different
So-
places to go. And one of them you have to go save some like citizens on a planet from the Geth attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there, and then you go in, and then you got to like turn on some valves to go talk, and then talk to a guy, and there's like a Geth transmitter and stuff.
Mm.
And I didn't really know what was going on. This, I suppose, the story of my life when it comes to that kind of game.
I just bossed
Yeah,
it.
I'm totally with you with that. Sometimes there's a lot going on in that game, and it's hard to just kind of. know
I
what's
just
going
like
on.
stumbled across like some Krogans defending this thing, and they attacked me, so I killed them, and then I had no idea why.
You do have to be like kind of attentive in that game. You need to be paying attention. It's not something you can
Yeah.
like just breeze and play through nice and
Mindlessly play,
chilled.
like absolutely.
See, I had the complete opposite experience with Mass Effect 2. Like, I just found that game a breeze, and I didn't care about the combat really at all.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you
it was
must
very
have
good.
died at least a few times.
Yeah, but it's only just because.
You were not
I mean, sometimes
expecting it, which is what I said.
Not really. I mean, it's mostly a cover-based shooter, so I'm just like, oh, I was out of cover for too long. I mean, I was playing the Vanguard, so maybe that made a difference. Like, I had
Yeah,
a
I'm
few...
playing like the whatever it's called, the one that uses like pulling and pushing and stuff like that.
What a biotic.
I
Or-
don't
or
know what it's called.
adept.
Don't ask me. I think
I
it's
would
an
just-
adept.
I mean, because I just play soldier, and like soldier's like the easiest thing, because you have access to like every weapon, and like
It's not
Yeah, I
fun,
can only
right?
use a pistol.
what? It's like so
online.
fun because you just use like your
Yeah, but
get,
I
like,
was
a
like
different ability for
teleporting
each one.
towards. I was like teleporting to people, like making people float up in the air just for the
Yeah, I
hell of
could
it,
do
and
that.
shooting them,
I let my squad
punching
do
them while
that.
they're floating towards me.
I let my
Sounds like that Star Wars game, The Force Unleashed.
Well, yeah, but that game's awful. So.
It's like the first and second game are like exactly the same.
I've never even played them, but it sounds like that game.
Yeah.
I played them. They're nothing special.
It's like, oh, you can have multiple endings, and then you're just like standing on like this platform, and you can either go left, and it's the good ending, or right, and it's the bad.
Wait, are you talking about Mass Effect or Star
no,
Wars?
it's Star Wars.
Yeah, 'cause
Same
I was
thing
gonna
happens in
say,
Mass
It's the
Effect.
same thing in Mass Effect.
That's Mass Effect 3 though. In Mass
Yeah,
Effect,
It's like,
Hey.
hey,
No
if
spoilers.
you're evil, the explosion is blue or whatever.
In Mass Effect, we don't want our game to be like other games where you just get endings A, B, and C. We want to have millions of different endings depending on what you've done in the game. Go through one of these machines. There are 3. I like to name them A, B, and C.
Stop spoiling it. Fuck.
Oh my god.
I don't think it's like that because Tom was talking me through it, and it's not really how the press and all.
We're not
people
talking
are
about
big-
this, okay?
It's
I'm
not.
gonna play this game.
Why not?
I don't care.
We're
Because
talking
I'm gonna
about
play
video.
it.
No, no, you're not.
Yeah, we don't just spoil the shit out of games you haven't played.
Well, no, it's because like Max and Ocean don't know the full story, so they can't really. They don't have an opinion.
No, but like I've watched like a whole. I get it. Like but the ending is weird, man. You should go look up the video.
I don't want to know. I'm not gonna watch a video because I'm invested in this game series. I want to complete it. I'm gonna
That's the
play
thing.
Mass Effect.
That's why everyone's so mad though, because it
I
doesn't.
know, but I want to experience it for myself. I don't want to know what it does and doesn't do. I want to play it.
I was just gonna say like all the stuff you've done doesn't really matter.
I know that much.
Well,
but-
it's like throughout the game, lots of stuff. I was playing sections of it, and like there's lots of cool stuff based upon what happens. It's like, I don't know, like from the first game, it's like someone has to defend like the nuke before it blows up, and you can either send this one guy called Kaden Alenko or the other bitch, bloody Jesus.
The one you meet at the start.
Yeah. Do you know her name?
I forget what she's called. She's a
Right.
bitch though. You talk to her and she's just like.
She's like, I have many sisters, blah blah blah, and then I'm like, I should go. Gonna go see Liara or something. Maybe she has something sweet to say. But yeah,
She doesn't.
she does because I banged her at the end of the first one. It's cool.
You get to see her face, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Wait. You're thinking of the
I
Quarian,
know,
right?
I'm getting confused with.
There's Liara
uh,
Tassoni, who's the Asari, and then there's
What's an Asari? Are
Longevity.
they the purple people?
Tali.
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 It's just Tali, yeah. I'm thinking of Tali.
Are Asari the purple people?
Yeah,
the blue.
Right.
that was cool though.
The game, like, I swear the game's like constantly trying to make you attracted to these aliens. Which is
But
weird.
like, you do
What,
know,
you-
in the first one, you could have like a threesome.
I don't know.
Like, I don't
Like,
know
the
how.
weirdest shit is like flirting with Garrus, 'cause he just looks like a moldy locust.
That's why you pick male, man.
He looks
Like,
horrible.
like,
It's like,
whoa,
Well, that's why you pick male.
Shep's like much better. When no, male Shepherd is much better. Fem
I can
Shep
justify
has the-
completely on two things.
Right.
The only difference between those characters are the voice actors. The male voice actor sucks. The female voice actor is awesome.
That is incorrect. I think they're both probably the same. I mean, if not, the male
How can they be the same?
like same in like quality, if you or
I don't
acting.
think
Well, whatever, man. It's like why base on just that? I mean, like she looks.
Because there's nothing. It doesn't matter that much, does it? And like, if that's
Yes.
all I'm going on, then why not?
Whatever. Male Shepherd is much better. Much
Male
better.
Shepherd has it down.
He does.
Femship. I mean, you can't say Malship. It just doesn't have a ring to it. You have to say Femship.
Yeah, but you go.
That's why you say male
No,
Shepherd.
no, it's Femshep and then
Too
it's
long.
Shepherd. Fuck you.
No, no. Too far, man.
I went there.
Yeah. She's just some
Wait,
cool
I didn't
idiot.
get it.
Femshep and Shepherd.
My
Well,
mind just gone
that's like
blank.
your
Sorry.
name. Yeah.
He's saying like the male shepherd is the. But never mind.
Is it like being sexist?
I was
No.
gonna.
I don't.
Who cares?
Never mind.
I shouldn't
Whatever.
talk about it, okay.
Who cares?
No,
I was
because
gonna
like,
try not to talk about Mass Effect, but that didn't
why
work.
not?
Because
Why? Because
Why would you not
It's
want to
massive.
talk
Well,
about such?
It's
a
pretty crazy though. Like it shows you how
I don't want to
good
talk
of a
about the third one.
universe. It shows you how good of a universe BioWare have created that people kind of actually care about the ending that much because people went nuts. People raised money for like a charity to like get them to change the ending and stuff, and like loads of people
First
signed the
world
petition and put money
problems.
towards it. It's just crazy. It's like people
In third
went
world
nuts
countries,
over
they
this.
raise money to get water. In US, they raise money to change the ending of a video game.
Yeah, and like they said
This is
they're
a
gonna
charity.
change it. Like
Through this.
BioWare actually came back and said they're just gonna change it somehow. I don't know how they're doing
don't know
it.
what's
What did they
worse,
say?
that
They said
they
they.
made
What did they call it, James? It was something
Oh.
really weird. We're gonna give it a new.
Shit, I've got to find the quirky saying they had. Hang on.
It didn't make any sense at all, did it? What they said.
Hang
Was
on.
it something
I
like
don't know
flavor?
what's worse.
No.
The fact that they made this bad ending, or the fact that they said they might go back and change it. Either way, they just fucked themselves so bad.
I'm gonna find this.
Especially if it's going to be DLC.
You really don't have.
They're probably gonna make it paid DLC.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
such like I go on PC Gamer because this is where I read it, and then like I go to search for Mass Effect and I type in Guild Wars 2 instead of Mass Effect. Jesus, what
You've
the
been
balls?
playing too much of nothing.
Why does it come up with Guild Wars? There we go. Okay. Um.
This is fantastic.
Hey, I'm trying to.
There's rumors as well that the ending was done by like the producer and like the lead writer without any input from the rest of the team. They just did it on their own.
There it is.
Oh yeah, here we go. It is they're working
Well, who
on
else would do it?
working on a game content initiative.
Yeah, what does that even
To
mean?
clarify,
Those are just 3 words that don't belong next to each other.
game content initiative.
Sounds like
How
you're
could you put
going on
initiative
like some
after
kind
that?
of.
It's
Yeah.
like we are initializing on making more game content.
It's just a fancy word for downloadable content.
So basically DLC.
Pay for the real ending.
Basically, it does say at the end of the game. It says like something, 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 something. Now continue the game through further gameplay and downloadable content.
But like in Mass Effect 2 though, it's like the ending, like there is like a true ending through DLC, and that's where you like blow up this Mass Effect relay, and then that like basically kills an entire
Yes,
system.
that's the biggest problem with the ending. It kills everything. Yet, oh damn it! Can we just like?
That's the ending of
go
Mass.
away?
I'm talking about the ending of Mass
We
Effect
can
2.
spoil
man.
Mass Effect 2.
I know, but this is why the third one sucks.
Yeah, because like at the end of Mass Effect 2, like a lot of people don't know this. Well, they know the main bit, which is all your team can die, but also Commander Shepard can actually die at the end of Mass Effect 2 as well.
Yeah. He can like,
And-
not make the jump.
Yeah, and if he dies, then that's it. Your save just doesn't work. Mass Effect 3, which is just the huge, like the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen. But
That's really fucking.
the fact that
cool.
all your team members can die, I think they just get replaced by like generic characters in Mass Effect 3.
But yeah, James.
That's it.
What I meant was, you said the whole surrounding system behind the Mass Effect relay gets destroyed.
Mhm.
You do the same thing in Mass Effect 3 on a greater scale, yet no one dies.
Yeah, but I'm talking about DLC here. Like the true ending of Mass Effect 2 was through actually DLC, where you blow up this Mass Effect relay and it kills an entire system full of like millions of people, and then everyone gets real mad at you, and then like I don't know the full
My
detail.
bad.
Yeah,
Now,
go
that
ahead,
makes
sorry, dude.
that makes sense though, but it's like they invented that thing, but then they don't use it again because later on the
I think we're getting
relays get
dangerously close to
destroyed, and then
spoiling
they
Mass Effect
don't
3.
they don't kill anyone. It's really
I
weird.
Yeah.
don't like it. I think we should talk about something else. So,
It's hot
It's
topic.
just
So,
such a big
um,
plot hole. I don't understand.
What do you want to talk about then? That isn't Mass Effect.
We should
There's a Mass
talk
Effect.
about
There's
game
a-
content initiatives.
there's so many that just spring to mind.
Yeah.
Um,
I wonder when they're going to bring out the game content initiative for Skyrim.
What, you want DLC for Skyrim? That's a good point. That
Yeah,
game's
that's a good
been
point,
out for
actually.
like 6.
They should put
Bethesda
Morrowind
makes
in
such
it.
good DLC.
They do.
Yeah, man.
They should go fill up the map.
Yeah,
I don't know.
While the rest of the content is in there. They just need
To
to.
be honest, I don't want to see Bethesda do that. I want to see them do something different. I want to see modders do that, but I don't want to
I
see
want to
Bethesda.
go to like Outland in Skyrim.
Oh god.
Why?
Oh,
I want to play
No.
World of Warcraft in Skyrim.
You want to go to
Well,
space.
only metaphorically. I'm not being serious. I want to go to a different planet.
You want to leave.
see how it
You want to
goes.
leave the world of
Whatever it's
Skyrim
called.
and go to Mass Effect.
Go to Mass Effect.
Go to Mass Effect.
So it take all this time establishing this world and like different planet,
And then
please.
suddenly, you die in a blue explosion because you
You're
were
good.
the bad
Everything-
guy at the end.
One
You
thing I
die in
hate
a
about the
blue
Mass Effect
explosion if you
series-
pick ending A, a green
Um,
explosion if you pick ending B.
Oh, this rainbow explosion.
Stop it.
If
Stop it.
you choose endings. Which
By
door?
order of Talos, you were smited
Stop it.
in blue smoke, not green smoke.
Which door do you take? Remember that all your decisions up to now has made an effect on this. Choose now.
I don't like this. This needs to stop.
How did we come all the way back?
Just pulled it right back.
Ah, no.
Mass Effect 3 ending.
Okay, so what other news is there other than the game thing? Because we've talked a lot about stupid games, most of them old. But
Well, there was that news
Um,
about what they're doing with StarCraft a while ago. I've forgotten exactly what it was, but it was
While
like
ago.
they were doing something with the client to make it a lot more viewer friendly or something for tournaments. I can't remember. It's not
It's already
for
pretty good.
Heart of the Swarm, but they're like changing how the way the I can't remember. Upcoming patch 1.5. That's it. Hang on.
So I don't get it. How does it make it
Yeah,
more
it's
viewer
cool.
friendly?
We've got time.
I can't remember. They're changing something. Yeah, hang on. I'll send you guys the thing. I can't remember exactly what they're changing, but it's like they're changing a lot of the way that
Is that news or is that just Blizzard making a big deal
I don't
about
know.
changing a menu?
It might be big.
Doesn't
It
sound
might be a big deal, but I know that the StarCraft community are
Well, yeah,
relatively-
obviously, it's like a pretty big community
Okay.
thing.
So I'm going to talk about, since that's just a menu, like, who cares? Fuck you, Blizzard.
All right,
Um,
okay.
So,
I've got to go get pizza. We're back.
okay, should we just have a break now then? Video games.
This should come in handy.
Video games should come in handy.
They do.
Recording.
Oh, gonna switch to...
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not.
What?
Yeah, I am. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Whoa.
okay,
Bison.
I've lost my Twitter page. So, on Twitter, there's this guy called Peter Molyneux.
Technology.
Who-
Name.
Yeah, he's a parody of Peter Molyneux. I don't know how you can be a parody of a person, but... And basically, Peter Molyneux is known for, like, having weird ideas.
Oh, I've
You're
seen this
stupid.
Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
And this guy basically just comes up with these ideas which sound like something Peter Molyneux would say, basically. And
Right.
they're fantastic. And basically what happened is someone said, I think it was someone from the Giant Bombcast actually, they said that they should actually make these into games. And now there's a game jam which is happening soon. I can't remember exactly when, I'll find out.
.tm.
Yes, basically in 48 hours, lots of developers, small indie groups all over the world are going to be making these games based on this fake Twitter account's ideas. And even Peter
Amazing.
Molyneux might be joining in, because I think there's one in Brighton or somewhere, which is near him. So,
That's just...
yeah, I'll read out for you in a
hilarious.
second. I'm just going to find out when it's happening. 'cause-
In Fable
Yeah,
3,
it's
the
so
grass
crazy.
will grow in real time.
So the website is whatwouldmollydeux.com, which is spelt Molydeux, because he has a weird... It's happening on March 30th, so a few days from now, and it's just all over the world, like San Francisco, New York, Seattle, Boston, London, Brighton, Canada, Australia, Germany, just everywhere. There's just like tons of them. Like, and they're just gonna make them off these weird things, and the tweets are the best part. I'm gonna read some off now.
Duh.
Gotta find it.
Faster.
Now.
Yeah.
He has two accounts, and it's mighty confusing.
Don't you mean there are two
Molyneux.
different people?
No, there's actually a Peter Molyneux 2 as well, which just threw me off. Okay. So the first one on here says, imagine you play as a baby in a pram and can only see your parents' faces. Studying these faces deeply is the key to true progress.
That
Whoa.
one made no sense
Deep.
to me.
Deep. I'd
That
play
It's
just
a
it.
sounds
Peter
like that
Molyneux
Milo
quote.
game.
Play baby parent
Yeah.
face.
I'd play it.
Okay. Just imagine a kart game where you spend most of the game building a kart with your mother in a shed, and you're the only people alive on Earth. This
Wait,
next
no,
one's
say
good.
it again. What?
You're in a kart game where you spend most of the game building a kart in the shed with your mother, and you're the only people alive on Earth.
Wow.
This next one's good.
What? Why are you even doing that?
A game in which you can only progress during 1 minute silences. You need to find creative ways to keep the nation having 1 minute silences.
How do you progress?
During 1 minute silence.
Damn it.
It's like green light, red light, except everyone has to be silent on Earth for you to move on.
That's fantastic. These ideas are brilliant. Give
I
us,
would play that. I would play that as well.
give us that.
A game in which you create the end cinematic. Then you work your way from the start of the game to make the perfect connection to that ending.
Whoa.
That'd be really hard to do in 48 hours.
Some
Yeah,
of
that'd be
these
impossible.
kind of good. I'm trying to find some of the best ones. Game where you control a full stop. Enemies read your stories. You have to jump to. Well, that doesn't make sense. And you have to jump to in between words at the right time.
What?
Right.
That's not written properly. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
ignore
Peter
that.
Molyneux games are
They're
always
like
so.
reading a sentence.
They're
and
always
then-
trying to be so deep and meaningful.
Basically, what he's saying is a game where you are a full stop and you have to like jump in between the right words at the right time or something.
I see.
Strange. Imagine an endless survival horror game where you gain coins to spend on creative scares when sneaking into your friend's game.
Imagine.
My first game will be free to play, but if you pay a little, then the NPCs will be extra nice to you and compliment you while playing.
It-
I like that one. It's not a bad idea.
It's not.
Game
hasn't anyone done that?
like that.
I would
You don't
much prefer to
think
play
we
the game for
can-
free and everyone hate me than pay.
You are a
That'd probably be a
postman with
feature of some MMO now. Like, if you pay the subscription, you get complimented everywhere you go.
Yeah, probably.
You are a postman with X-ray eyes. Do you post that nasty letter? Do you add extra money into that little boy's birthday card?
Well, yeah, you do it because it's your job. I would.
It's
Game
not your
mechanic.
job to fucking put more money in some kid's birthday card.
No,
I don't think the postman does
the
that.
first one. I mean, who wouldn't post some nasty letter? I would, because it's my job. Couldn't care
A
less
game in
about this.
which you must
bag of-
comfort children on a plane who are afraid of flying. Game mechanic is similar to spinning plates. Wow, this one's deep. This one's deep. Try to imagine a game in which you have an imaginary friend who doesn't believe you are real. You must
Oh.
convince them that you are.
That's amazing.
That's
That
deep.
actually sounds like something he would do.
Fucking Peter Molyneux.
Yeah.
Like
I
Molyneux.
can't even imagine how to create anything even similar to that.
It's like, in this game, you are the only player, yet, I don't know, you can feel and see everything that everyone else around you can. And it's really
Fantastic.
meaningful and deep. It's all happening
So
in real
hopefully-
time.
Hold the NPCs. in
Hopefully we'll get some
hands.
really strange, half-finished games from this thing. I'll definitely try out some of them because I don't even know.
Try
It's
out
just
all of them. They all sound
gonna...
perfect.
Like the minute silence thing actually sounds like a cool idea. Like you'd never be able to do it, but
I want to play the
think
one where you're with your mum making a car.
That's just like Mario Kart, but you don't actually race.
Without any driving, but there's no one to race.
I don't understand why you're the only ones on the Earth. Just
It's because all of the rest of them died in car accidents. Wow.
video games.
Video games.
Yeah, I think we should probably end it soon.
So
On
Now-
that
note
is
of that
We
Conclusion.
need to
Conclusion.
like
deep-
give
this
people with
podcast.
meaningful question that they can, leave
Yeah.
with.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
well-
I've got one.
While they listen to this fantastic
you-
outro music, can you hear it? It's great, isn't it?
I can't hear it.
I can't
If
hear
you
either.
can, just
Okay,
Oh,
here's
it's
the
not-
meaningful question.
It's
If
definitely
you
there.
If you
were the last person on Earth, including your mum, what kind of car would you make?
Can't. I like that question. Okay,
Or
we'll leave-
how do
we'll
you
leave-
know that you're not the imaginary friend?
Yeah.
How do you know that you're actually not real and your imaginary friend is actually real? Think
What
about
if
that
you're-
one.
What if you are the imagination of your imaginary friend who is imagining you?
These are like
Conception.
so deep.
These questions are deep,
So yeah.
so think about them.
Like, no one's listened to this, but they should
Yeah.
tell us about imaginary friends.
Tell us
Yeah.
about that imaginary friend.
Tell us about your imaginary friend.
Imaginary friends and
Does,
about
does he think you're real?
cars that you made with your mother
When you were the last person on Earth
on Earth. Except for
Okay.
your imaginary friend who
who
is
doesn't
you.
believe you're real.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your mother making.
Wait, hang on.
I think we should leave it at
What?
that.
What if your mother was your imaginary friend who thought you weren't real?
I don't know.
We'll leave that
I
for
don't
them
know
to
either.
decide.
Think about it, guys.
Think about
Okay.
it.
Comment, subscribe.
Bye. Comment and
Later-
subscribe
later
to
on.
our
Subscribe,
channels, which don't
like
exist.
us
Plus,
on,
Facebook,
follow us on
Twitter,
Facebook.
Tumblr,
To Google
Vivo,
MySpace.
Share us on MySpace.
Yahoo Messenger. Email us by post at my address, James's address, Nathan's address,
Yo, Bob.
Ocean's address.
47.
I don't know my own address.
Yeah.
One,
Okay.
two.
Send me a fax. I think that's it.
We'll see you next time.
Send me a message
Video
on
game.
Morse code.
Video games.
Beep, beep.
Video games.
Bye.
Video games.